the class of English 101. This is the Vintage Record Player, a cultural journey, and we will be discussing the vinyl records development, the history, and their cultural significance, their goals and objectives. So during my presentation, I will show you how the music historians will take you from the development of the phonograph in their current times, and how they impacted our historical cultural roots and their digital change. So we're going to take a look at the phonograph's invention, like their main histories and their influence, and how they have declined and how they uprise from the 1990s, and how they have reversed in the past several years. So this is our engagement question. So why do you believe the vinyl records were made a comeback? Was it mostly because of the nostalgia of the time gone by, or was it the pleasure derived in merely holding in one's hands and collecting records? Think about it while you proceed into our discussion, and if you have any questions, I will love to answer them. So this is the invention of the phonograph. The his the history of the record music goes back to 1877, when following the scenes to be one of the world's first music industrializers. Edison invented the phonograph. Edison's the one right here. He's the only person on the screen. Is his invention. So the groundbreaking machines, it recorded a lot of songs onto a tin foil with cylinder. So if you can see in the middle picture, that was a little foil thing. It would create the music, and that little spine on it, little finger on it will play the music. And then setting on the stage for some no human interaction with sound, and the preservation and replay of a moment forever. The phonograph created by Edison was the first breadhead toward the establishment of a world music culture. Since its invention, music has shifted. Uh, you can do live performances. You can now listen on your phone now, because back then you didn't have anything of that. You just had the old record player. The transition to gramophones. So when Emil Berliner created the phonograph in 1887, he enhanced Edison's design. He made it more louder, more better, made it sound like a whole lot better than what Edison made. The gramophone employed the flat disc made of shellac, which were more robust and could be more produced in large quantities than the phonographic cylinders. So people would now own a share of the favorite music tunes thanks to the invention, which increased accessibility to music. So people, had more music now. They could hear it more. It multiplied more than Edison's. So that actually gave a lot more accessibility to meet the people. People became a personal experience in homes with the invention on the phonograph. Its popularity paved the way into the counter record players as we know today. So this is a picture of of a gramophone. So record players in the 20th century. So this is where it starts to really uprise on us humans and on the cultural effect. So record players have taken center stage in the family be like in the 1920s, particularly in the middle class homes. They made music accessible to everyone in the living room, transforming into a privileged private art form. Jazz and other genres blossomed during this time, and musicians like Duke Ellington and Louis Armstrong became well known throughout America. So music really made people bring out their music. It made them more popular. There was different types of genres, and it made people like other genres. Families could congregate around the record player to exchange songs and stories at this time, which also signaled the emergence of music as a common. Then we have a YouTube video of the history of the vinyl record. So the technological improvements, a significant advance was made by the electric rod players in the 1930s. These record players are considerably more user-friendly and have a lot more crispier tone than the one, thanks to the electric motor driving system that replaced the manual cranking. As you can tell in this picture, you can tell by the automatic and the manual turntables. You can tell the difference. The music was more smoother, more than the other one, so you could really hear the music and the artist lyrics. And the compact design made it possible for the electric players to be more smaller than previous versions, making them even more useful in addition to their household, and also in addition to enhancing the listener's experience. These developments help records become more and more popular as a main music medium. The heyday of the vinyl arrived in the 1930s and the 1940s. The turntables in the 1970s. So in the 1970s, they had introduced us into the turntables, not just as a tool for listening to music, but also for creating it. DJs in hip hop and electric music communities began using turntables to mix tracks, scratch vinyl, and create entirely new sounds. Turntables became a symbol of the innovation, artistry, and the cultural expression, blurring the lines between music consumption and composition. So with these, they would get the vinyls, they would download it and put it onto their laptop. And as you can tell in this picture right here, it looks like they have two vinyls, but it would move it around to make these weird sounds. But people would actually enjoy these sounds. So the decline in the 1990s. In the 1990s, saw the most rapid rise of CDs and digital music, which offered great portability, convenience, and the storage capacity. As a result, vinyl sales plummeted and record players were put away to collect the dust. Many predicted the vinyl would disappear entirely, led to the collector's industry marks. However, the unique qualities of the vinyl is a depth and tangible appeal, never fully faded from the public mind. So during the 1990s, as you can tell by this chart, you can see that the CDs were and the digital music was conquering more over the vinyls, and the vinyl sales decreased, and a lot of more people did not really enjoy having it again due to the storage capacity. So when it came digital on CDs, people used more of that because they found it more reliable, more usable, more not heavier than the normal weight that the vinyl records would have. Because with the vinyl records, you would have to have the whole thing with you, and most people would not carry around all that. So I think most people during that time would just use the CDs and the digital music. So the vinyl comeback. So in the beginning of 2007, vinyl records started making a surprising resurgence. Fueled by nostalgia and the desire for more immersive music experience, the sales of vinyl music has grown steadily in recent years. The sales have even surpassed the CDs. So the nostalgia and the tangibility. Vinyl offers an experience that can't be replicated by any other digital formats. The process of handling a record, placing it on the turntable, and hearing the raw music create deep emotional connection to listeners. So most people actually prefer the record players more than the CDs. They feel like the record players just brings out more emotion, more music to other people, and that's why some people often collect the vinyl records, even though people don't have the vinyls like the record player. People collect the vinyls, but I think it's better to have both. It makes the music a lot more better. You can actually hear the music, and it sounds more like a more emotional connection. So the large detailed artwork adds a visual and technical layer to the music experience, making it vinyl-free, personal, and unique. So often creators would design their vinyls. They would put their logo or their music album, or put a different color than besides black. You about to put blue, white, red, any color. So this nostalgia for the past, paired with its superior sound quality, keeps vinyl relevant in a digital world age. The artist releasing on vinyl. So this is the part where what I was saying earlier on the last slide. As artists realize, most people use CDs. People still use CD players. People listen on digitally on their own phone like this. But often people use, if they want to be a collector, they collect vinyls. So some artists started selling their music on vinyls. So many modern artists such as Taylor Swift on by her song called Midnight, and Adele and 30 released their albums on vinyl, often in a limited edition format. So this is where it starts to increase instead of decrease, because people, big artists like Taylor Swift, would post or will publicly announce, be like, "Yeah, guys, I have these vinyls on sale, but they're limited edition." So that's when people actually bought the vinyls, and they're appealing to fans. The trend highlights the vinyl as both as listening and visual medium that bridges generations of music lovers. So the community and collecting. The collecting vinyls creates a community for creators through record shops, fairs, and online forums. These spaces allow for vinyl lovers to come together and to trade and to share their passion for music with each other. Hobbies like crate digging, a term used for searching through boxes for rare and unique albums, are fun pastimes for collectors, offering excitement and a personal connection to music. So again, me myself, I'm a vinyl collector. I don't have that much, but when I hear that it has like limited edition, or I hear that it has like another song, a secret song on there, I think it's really cool to to show the community what it is. So, for example, if I want to post it online, I can just record it, and you can hear the other song that the artist didn't put online, which makes you want to buy those collectibles. So again, there's a lot of communities out there that do that. They often buy it. They have to go to record stores. They buy it, and they post it online. I think it's a great idea. So this is the summary of the journey. So the record players have evolved from Edison's phonograph to now what we have is a modern vinyl, and we have been adapting to their changing times while maintaining their cultural relevance. Keystone Mile Key milestones include Berlin's gramophone, electric players in the 1930s, turntables in the 1970s, and the vinyls in the 21st century. Revival in the vinyl continues to captivate listeners with its blend of nostalgia, amazing sound, and quality of their appeal. And thank you. This is the Q&A part. Thank you for exploring the history of cultural impact of vinyl records with me. What role? Now, this is one of the questions. What role do you think vinyl will play in the future? Will it remain an initiate collectible or grow further into the cultural phenomenon? I'd like to hear your thoughts, and I like to answer some questions too. And thank you so much, guys, and thank you.